Des Moines, Iowa, March 10th, 1973. The final round of the Iowa Girls High School Basketball Tournament. Hi, everybody. I'm Jim Zabel, and I'll have the pleasure of narrating and commenting on one of the big athletic attractions in the entire Midwest, and certainly eagerly awaited by the 15,000 fans filing into Veterans Auditorium right now. The championship game between Mediapolis, the #1 rated team in Iowa girls basketball all season, with a record of 30-0, against a team that has come out of central Iowa to capture the imagination of all of these fans, the fastest teams we've ever seen in girls basketball, Adel, which has run its record now to 29-0. They'll be playing for the championship before a crowd of 15,000 tonight. And the crowd for the week has been absolutely phenomenal. Close to 85,000 fans will have seen this tournament this week. This represents the final climactic night of girls basketball and the final night for all of these more than 500 teams that started on the tournament trail some 4 weeks ago. So stay tuned now for 1973 Girls State Championship basketball. The official welcome sign at Auditorium in Des Moines, which has seen 80,000 people attend this meet. From north central Iowa and the Big Marsh Conference comes our first team. They've been here 5 times previously. Their coach has made 9 trips to state. Here is Coach Dale Fogel and the Allison Bristow Trojanettes. One of the teams that made their first trip to the Final 16 is our next squad. They were 11th rated in the final rankings and won the Great River Conference. Meet Coach Robert L. Sampson and the Andrew Hawks. Our next team also has made their first trip to state, and they also avenged a sectional defeat to make it here to the tournament. For the first time from northwest Iowa, the Clay Central Comanches. Our next team had the highest score in the state this season with an average of 51 points a game. They were ranked 7th in the final standings. They won the Des Moines River Conference. Coach Lloyd Broxius and the Colfax Tigerettes. This team is one of the former champions in this year's field. They won the state title back in 1971. They've been to the final 14 times, starting in 1936. Coach Leon Plummer and the Farragut Adettes. No team has ever won 3 state championships, but our next town can lay claim to titles in 1953 and 54. Coach Richard Bangs and the Garnavillo Hawks. This team survived a squeaker in the regional final to make it to tournament. They come from northwest Iowa, were winners of the Little Sioux Conference title. Coach Gary Rusk and the Hinton Blackhawks. Our next school will have representatives both in the girls and boys state tournaments of 1973, composed of students from Hartwick, Ladora, and Victor, HLV, and the Warriorettes. Another of the first-timers at the state meet, one of the tallest squads ever in the field. This team ended the season ranked 2nd in the state and undefeated for regular season competition. Meet Coach Bud McCrae and the Lakeview Auburn Hawkettes. 3 times this team has made it to the Final 16. They were one of the tall teams. They played excellent defense. The 20th rated team in Iowa, Coach Kurt Meharry and the Manson Eagles. Another of the teams making the first trip to the state finals, they closed the campaign with 23 wins and 3 losses. Here is Coach Kerry Griffith and the Orient Maxburg Bulldogs. Three communities make up our next school: Rudd, Rockford, and Marble Rock. They were one of 4 undefeated teams in the Final 16. They were the 4th rated team in the state. Here comes Coach Gene Geilenford and the Rockford Warriorettes. Iowa is noted for its leadership in girls athletics, not just basketball, for which it's been famous for many years, but all athletics. No state in the nation can match Iowa's record for interest and participation in girls sports. And this 1973 All-Sports Parade of Champions testifies to that fact. In addition to the other members of the Sweet 16 that did not make it to the final round, we're also seeing champions of all the other meets and events and sports conducted under the auspices of the Girls High School Athletic Union. During last year, a total of close to 2,000 teams competed for the 13 championships in girls and co-ed sports. These included indoor and outdoor track, which alone have more than 10,000 girls competing, distance running, swimming, gymnastics, golf, tennis, volleyball, softball, and of course, basketball. Some of the teams we've been looking at as the girls parade onto the court include the Roosevelt Rough Riders of Des Moines in swimming, Davenport West in field hockey, the Manila Hawkettes, who've been a standout in track, the Nesco Ziering Royal Queens, who've been summer champions of baseball, state tournament contenders from Clear Creek, Mason City, and Collins. The music for tonight's consolation and final round games is being furnished by the Music Masters Show Band Valley High. Few athletic tournaments and championship games anywhere in the country can match the color and pageantry that surround the final night of girls basketball in Iowa. And this is a good example. The presentation of the flags of all 50 states done in march tempo with intricate floor maneuvers and cameo shots representing the slogans and outstanding productions of those states, accompanied by the song of each state and a brief reading for each one. This, in turn, is followed by the presentation of the colors. And no marching group anywhere does it more effectively than Des Moines Stepperettes, 5 times national champions in precision drill competition. The blending of the 50 state flags into one ceremony, coupled with the presentation of the colors by the Stepperettes, all of this arranged and performed by high school students, signifies the unity that athletics can bring to our society and the vast resourcefulness and accomplishment of our young people. And where else can these talents better be put on display than before this packed auditorium of 15,000 fans and the hundreds of thousands who are watching on an 8-station television network covering all or part of 9 different Midwest states. Girls basketball, it's been said, was the outgrowth of a strong desire for recognition by smaller communities in the state many years ago. Also by a strong desire by young ladies to engage in athletic competition just as do men. Both of these twin goals, or motivating forces as you will, long since have been expanded and refined so that now, not only the smallest towns of the state, but some of the largest towns and schools also receive recognition. The tremendous growth of popularity of girls' athletics throughout the state testify to the fact that there's both a need and desire for a broad-based program in girls' athletics throughout our high school system. These people tonight are seeing the best of that competition perform. But for every girl here, thousands of others throughout the state have had the benefit of competitive programs in athletics, as well as a sound program in academics and extracurricular activities. The Music Masters, who have supplied the music for the entire tournament, play in the traditional big band style under the direction of Jerry Kinney, a graduate of Drake University here in Des Moines. The show band makes numerous appearances in and around the state of Iowa. Drum major is Kevin Smith, Valley High School of West Des Moines. The cameos tonight are being performed by Valley High of West Des Moines drama and speech students. Jim Lanson and Drain Crideneer are directors. The color guard, the Dowling Stepperettes, Doug Kelso, director. Musical arrangement, Roger Chrysler. And the soloist, Hattie Whiting, Valley High of West Des Moines. Pageant supervisor, Bob Scarpino, and pageant coordinator, Jerry Kinney. And the title of the pageant, Fantasy of Flags, preceding the big event of the night, the 1973 Girls State Championship game. And as these girls march, we must remember that they are part of the huge number of bands and basketball players and other sports members throughout the state that are watching this tonight with definite identification and hopes that they too can make it to the state tournament field next year in competition or can make it to take part in the pageantry surrounding this great competition. Now, Adel versus Mediapolis for the 1973 title. The captains and referees of both schools meet in a pregame conference, and the crowd is eager in anticipation. The starting lineup for Adel: at guard, Sherry Bloom, Judy Linneman, and Patty. In the forward court, Mary Carroll, Julie Goodrich, Joyce Elder, and Coach Larry Niemeyer. For Mediapolis at guard, Marcia Neal. Coral Schwerin. And Susie Schofield. In the forward court, tournament queen Heather Heddens. Diane Tucker. And sophomore scoring sensation Debbie Coates. Coach Vernon Bud McLaren. This is the moment we've been waiting for, and the ball is put in play. In the forecourt of the Gals in Light, that's Mediapolis. Underneath, Debbie Coates keeps the score. Debbie Coates makes it 2-0 in favor of Mediapolis. Adel with the ball in play. Julie Goodrich, number 5. Over to Mary Carroll, back to Goodrich. Carroll, number 11. They give her just one shot, and a foul called on Goodrich, and she tried to reach in and get the ball away from number 30, Sue Schofield. So now Mediapolis will throw it in from the defensive end. Mediapolis taking the lead. Jerry?
Trying to go one-on-one.
Heather Heddens, the team's leading scorer a year ago, into Coates underneath, and Coates makes it 2 straight buckets. A very tough gal to stop. She's only a sophomore. Scored 72 points in 1 game here at State. Carroll, number 11, with the ball for Adel. And Goodrich trying to drive in and through. Pass is blocked, travels. Julie Goodrich traveling with the ball. Mediapolis Bullets now out of the backcourt with the ball. Debbie Coates. Here's Coates again with it. 3 straight buckets for Debbie Coates, and Mediapolis roars away to a 6-0 lead. That's their offense. They come right at you. Goodrich over to Carroll. They're trying to get into Elder. Back to Goodrich. Julie Goodrich. She's only a junior. Pops it through 5 feet 6. Heather Heddens. She's the tournament queen. Tucker underneath. Coates again, and 4 straight field goals for amazing Debbie Coates. She's a tournament scoring leader, 173 points in 3 games so far.
She's getting her spot down there on the baseline, Jim, and she's hit 4 in a row.
Carroll with the ball underneath the Joyce Elder, and that's the shot that she has to start getting. Got it over the head of Marcia Neal, the post guard, number 54. Mediapolis leading 8-4. They have the ball in forecourt. Heather Heddens forced into a jump. Tied up by Judy Linneman, number 21. Heddens, number 20.
All right, keep your hand, put him. That's it. Okay, here we go.
And it's Mediapolis. Tucker to Coates. Even makes it over the great guarding of Patty Turley.
Adel is giving away a lot of sides in that back court.
Here's Goodrich, forced out along the baseline. Carroll, a little bit short on that one. Marcia Neal with the rebound. Ball is taken back by Adel. Goodrich comes up with it. Nice job of deflection there by Turley, number 25. Carroll with it for Adel. Here's Goodrich. She's squeezed in around Marcia Neal, and Marcia Neal charged with a foul, no bucket. No basket. The Tigerettes of Adel versus the Bullets of Mediapolis. Both teams undefeated. Joyce Elder will put the ball in play. These are both underclassmen. Elder, only a sophomore, swings around. And right now, Adel comes surging back. We have a 4-point ball game. Mediapolis 10, Adel 6. Mediapolis in forecourt. Heddens to Tucker. Coates. Ball goes overhead, out of bounds as a 2-time Coates.
All right, they kept her from going to the baseline that time by dropping the guard right straight behind her, and she was not able to go get that lead-in pass.
Linneman to Turley. To Goodrich. Adel with the ball. Carroll. Underneath the Elder. Look at that shot by Joyce Elder. She's an outstanding track star as well. This Adel team, all outstanding track in track and field. 10-8 ball game. Mediapolis by 2. Tucker with the ball to Heddens. Back to Tucker. Coates being two-time. Forces the shot. Down. Adel giving her one shot. Linneman with the rebound. Bloom, number 31. Pass intercepted and stolen back again by Coral Schwerin in the backcourt of Mediapolis. So the Bullets have it. Tucker to Heddens. To Coates. She's got position, and she makes it look easy when she gets on that side. Debbie Coates now with 12 points on 6 fielders. 12-8 score. The Bullets in front. Carroll over to Goodrich. Goodrich loses control of the ball. Hit her on the knee and rolled out of bounds. Sue Schofield will throw it in, number 30. Was that high baseball-type pass over to Debbie Coates. Heddens, easy one for Tucker. The old sleeper play. She gets back of the defense. 14-8. Mediapolis. Julie Goodrich. Nice shot by Goodrich. She averaged close to 32 points a game during the season. Joyce Elder, only a sophomore, averaged about 34 for Adel. 14-10. Mediapolis. Ball intercepted by Patty Turley, number 25. Adel Tigerettes in their black uniforms. Elder out to Carroll. Ahead of the circle to Joyce Elder. Drives the baseline. Stops. Scores. Elder's getting her shot away beautifully.
Yes, and she's giving away about 2 to 3 inches to that guard, but she really can get up in the air.
Coates has the ball to Tucker. Number 10 to Heddens. Number 20 to Tucker. To Coates underneath. Debbie Coates. Bank shot. Well, she's been a one-gal offense here. 14 points out of the 16 that Mediapolis has. The Bullets leading 16-12. Adel with the ball in forecourt. Carroll is open, and she's not hitting the long one. Marcia Neal, 54 rebounds. Into Coates, forecourt. Turley guarding ever closely. Heddens, number 20. Coates, ball deflected, and Turley tries to get it away. Foul on Turley. She tried to get the ball away from Diane Tucker, and they got involved in a wrestling match there. Tucker will throw it in. Diane Tucker stands 5 feet 3, shortest gal on the court. Heddens, ball slapped away. Beautiful play by Linneman to Turley. Now bounce pass across the line, and Adel has it in forecourt. Joyce Elder, Carroll, Julie Goodrich jumps and hits the lip of the basket. Marcia Neal with the rebound over to Coates. Heddens, Heather Heddens. To Diane Tucker, back to Heddens again. She plays catch with Tucker. Coates with it. Underneath, Heddens takes the feed that time, and that's what they do to you. When you two-time one, the other one scores.
What a magnificent pass that was.
18-12, a 6-point lead for Mediapolis over Adel. Tigerettes have it in forecourt. Joyce Elder. Elder comes through with her 5th field goal and 10th point. 18-14, Mediapolis in a fast-moving first quarter. Here's Coates. She has position. Debbie Coates roars down to get her 16th point of the ball game. Adel trailing by 6 again, 20-14. Julie Goodrich. Marcia Neal with the rebound. Heather Heddens. Diane Tucker to Heddens. Coates. Nice job of rebounding. Taking over the line, Shirley Bloom. Carroll. Goodrich. Elder. There's 2. 20-16. We're going to have a high-scoring game if it keeps up this way. Both these teams are capable of scoring up in the 90s. Nice job there by number 25, Patty Turley, as she comes up with another steal. Carroll. Goodrich. Marcia Neal with a rebound. Post guard does an excellent job. Deb Coates over to Heddens. Nice interception again by Turley. Goodrich.
That shows you the quickness of Adel guards, Jim.
Carroll. Goodrich. Finally finds the range. And it's a 2-point ball game. Mediapolis 20, Adel 18, 17 seconds to go. First quarter. Debbie Coates to Heddens, to Tucker. Coates. Debbie Coates gets her 18th point. Mediapolis has 22. And there's the end of the first quarter with the score. Mediapolis 22, Adel 18. Jerry, some hot shooting by Mediapolis.
11 of 13 from the field, and they have capitalized on both turnovers that the Adel girls have committed, while Adel has only capitalized on 2 of the 6 turnovers from Mediapolis.
Adel with a ball in forecourt, trailing 22-18. Elder. We have a 2-point ball game. 22-20. Mediapolis. The quickness and speed of Adel against the size and experience of Mediapolis. And now Debbie Coates going in for the shot is fouled by Patty Turley. 5'8" guard against 5'10" Deb Coates.
We think that Mediapolis is shooting hot from the field.
Heddens made a save on the ball that time, and Tucker comes up with it.
Elder is 7 for 7.
Heddens, number 20, feeds to Coates. Nice block by Turley. Out of bounds it goes. It'll be played in by Tucker, 5'3", along the offensive baseline. There's Heddens to Coates. She's got great wrist action, enabling her to shoot the outstretched hands of those guards. 20 points for Coates. 24-20, Mediapolis in front. Julie Goodrich for Adel. Mary Carroll, and back to Goodrich again. Look at the speed of Goodrich as she retrieves her shot. And then also a foul called on Coral Squarine, number 44.
Tremendous hustle there by Julie Goodrich. Not only did she save the ball, but she also got a foul on Squarine.
So now it's Elder over to Goodrich. Mary Carroll. Carroll starts to hit. 2-point ball game again. Mediapolis 24, Adel 22. Mediapolis in forecourt. Heddens with it. We're in the second quarter. 6:53 to play. In the first half, Coates to Tucker to Heddens. Heather Heddens, she was the leading scorer on this Mediapolis team a year ago. This year she averaged 17. Coates averaged 43. Wide open shot by Carroll. Mediapolis 26, Adel 24. Ball slapped away by Turley. Great defensive play by Turley again. Tremendous quickness on this Adel team. Carroll. Julie Goodrich. Here's Elder. Neal gets the ball away. It's the first shot she's missed. Mediapolis with the Heddens underneath. Over to Coates. If Coates gets it and gets position, you can kiss it goodbye. 22 points out of 28 for Mediapolis. 28-24. Mediapolis leading. Goodrich. Carroll. To Goodrich. Great job of rebounding by Neal. She is powerful underneath there. Heddens to Deb Coates. Back to Heather Heddens again. Fought for on the rebound. It'll be down court for Adel. The Tigerettes will have it. Deb Coates.
Times I can remember him missing.
Look at that pass. Patty Turley, half the court. Elder, of course, got it, and now Carroll to Goodrich. Goodrich tied up, and they call her for a foul. Julie Goodrich charged with a foul. She tried to get the ball away from Sue Schofield.
The guard had possession, Jim, and she came in and tied her up, which is against the rules as far as girls basketball is concerned.
28-24. Mediapolis has the ball out of the backcourt. Schofield. Across the line. Heather Heddens. Coates to Heddens. Heddens to Coates. Back to Coates again. Underneath the head. She blows an easy one, but the follow-through is good by Debbie Coates. Debbie Coates now with 24.
Excellent pick and roll set by Mediapolis that time. Hedden set the pick, roll to the basket. Coates gave her the ball. They missed, but Coates was there for a rebound.
Here's Joyce Elder. Rhonda Meeker, number 32, is now in the backcourt for Mediapolis. Joyce Elder, shot partly blocked, and a foul called on Adel, Mary Carroll. Mediapolis leading 30-24. And Larry Niemeyer wants a timeout for his gals from Adel. So the timeout on the floor with the score, Mediapolis 30, Adel 24. All right, and now we're going to have Coates shooting the free throw. Foul called on Mary Carroll. 1-1 here for Coates. Debbie Coates with 24 points already. And we still got 4:24 left to go in the first half. Thirty to 24.
Got one there.
31 to 24. Tucker takes the rebound for the Bullets. Heddens. And a jump ball. Heather Heddens will jump with Judy Linneman. 5'10" against 5'6", and Heddens prevails. Deb Coates to Tucker. Heddens. Coates. Heddens playing catch. Here's Tucker wide open underneath. As they use Heddens as a decoy, and now Mediapolis with its biggest lead, 9 points, 33-24. Adel trying to come back. Goodrich. Mary Carroll to Goodrich. Elder. Trying to penetrate these very tough guards. Julie Goodrich shoots over their head. And it's 33-26. Heddens with the ball. To Tucker. To Heddens. Here's Coates. She has a great release on that jump shot, doesn't she?
Tremendous hang in the air. And then when you're 6 foot tall like she is, the guard is either coming up or going down the way she can hang.
Here's Julie Goodrich. Adel trailing 35-26. 2:58 left to go in the first half. Goodrich tries to get in and through. She's fouled by number 30, Sue Schofield. Mediapolis.
Black.
Goodrich is going to have to score from this opening in the key where she went into, Jim. They're really starting to bottle Elder up underneath that basket. They're going to take that baseline away from her.
They're not going to give her the easy shot, that's for sure. Carroll over to Goodrich. Now here's Elder. She does get position on Neal and puts it over her head and through the hoop. 35-28. Mediapolis in front. Coates to Tucker. To Heddens. Tucker. Back to Heddens. Loses the ball and it goes out of bounds. Heather Heddens. Ball hit her on the leg and rolled out of bounds. Well, if they can score off this possession, Adel will be down by just 5. Patty Turley. Other guards, Sherry Bloom and Judy Linneman. Joyce Elder with the ball, only a sophomore. Championship in track. And a foul on Rhonda Meeker. Foul on Meeker. Let's see, will this be shot? No, they're going to throw it in. Julie Goodrich. Ball slapped away by Meeker. She comes up with a steal. Susie Schofield now to forecourt. Heather Heddens to Deb Coates. To Heddens. Diane Tucker. Over to Coates. Back to Heddens. Heather goes through on that shovel shot, and she's fouled by number 21, Judy Linneman, 5'6" junior.
1-on-1.
I realize that Adel has only one senior in the starting lineup.
Yes.
And that's Mary Carroll.
Yes, and I guess they have a very outstanding freshman on their junior high team. Adel should be very respectable. In fact, who are you supposed to be the #1 ranked team in the state next year?
Well, I got to go with Adel, I'd say, right now. And Heather Heddens, as we're watching, pops through 2 of them. It's now 37-28. Mediapolis. Both these teams can score with electrifying speed. Julie Goodrich over to Elder. Mary Carroll. Goodrich. Julie Goodrich. Between Goodrich and Elder, they averaged per game about 66 points this past season. So you can see their power. Here's Deb Coates. She averaged 43, and she should get it in this game. She's already up to 29. 39-30. Mediapolis by 9.
She knows when to use that glass at that certain angle.
Good at Goodrich. Elder. Ball is partly blocked. Once again, and now Goodrich goes after the ball. Foul on Rhonda Meeker. It's interesting how much Adel's quickness causes other teams to foul.
They're in there scrapping for that ball, and when they get it, then sometimes that guard comes back and fouls just like she did there.
It's a 1-and-1 for Julie Goodrich. 39-31, Mediapolis. 1:08 to play, first half. 39-32, Mediapolis. Marcia Neal, number 54, throws over to Debbie Coates. To Heddens, to Tucker. They run that same play, but they blow the shot. But the follow-through by Heddens, still no good. Coates has followed through. 3 times they miss it. Turley off with a rebound, and it's taken by Goodrich in forecourt. That's the first time that's happened.
All 3 Mediapolis forwards had a shot that time, Jim.
Goodrich to Elder, but Neal steps in front and comes up with it. Coates with it. To Hedden. 36 seconds to go, first half. Bud McLaren would like to expand that lead by 2. To Tucker. 26 seconds. Here's Tucker with it. Heddens. To Tucker. We're going to stall it down. Heather Heddens. Tucker. Got all 3 guards around Coates. They don't want her to get the easy one. She has the ball. Underneath, slapped away. Adel has it, 2 seconds. Goodrich. Julie Goodrich put every ounce of energy she had into that final shot. Almost fell flat on her face. A great first half. Mediapolis leading Adel 39-32. We'll be back with the Hall of Fame presentations in 1 moment. Since 1961, a total of 93 former Iowa girls basketball stars were nominated and subsequently elected to the Iowa Hall of Fame. The electees span a participation period from 1920 through 1966. Each receives the traditional Vicky Award. The 1973 girls state free throw champion, Pat Hummel of Stanton, runner-up Donna Mathias of Knoxville. Mediapolis, number 1 rated in the state all season, leading undefeated Adel 39-32. Right now the ball will be put in play in the forecourt of Adel, or the team in black. And Elder throws it into Goodrich. They're driving toward the east basket to our right. Elder. Nice rebound by Carroll to Goodrich. And a blocking foul is called on Susie Schofield. Number 30. That'll give Adel Tigerettes possession from their offensive baseline. There's Elder to Goodrich. To Carroll. Along the baseline, the ball is slapped. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to be awarded up court to Mediapolis. Couldn't control it there before the one out of bounds. Schofield will throw it in, number 30. The guard court to Marcia Neal. Back to Schofield. Now the ball is deflected out. Touched by Elder and Turley of Adel. Played in by Tucker. Heather Heddens to Coates. Coates travels with the ball. Traveling penalty. So Adel gets it on a turnover here, and Patty Turley will throw it in, number 25. Linneman. Sherry Bloom across the line to Joyce Elder, number 51. Carroll over to Julie Goodrich. Back to Elder. Carroll makes a save on it. Once again, they don't get a chance to shoot. Rhonda Meeker, number 32, got the ball and goes across the line to Heddens. Coates. Debbie Coates, and no good on the shot. With the rebound picked off by Bloom to Turley. Across the line, now to Elder. Team's having trouble finding the bucket this half. Carroll to Goodrich. To Elder. They give her the screen shot, and they just can't find the basket there. Marcia Neal and Rhonda Meeker with the rebound. Tucker. Coates. She finds it. Debbie Coates, the first 2 points of the second half, and now a 9-point lead by Mediapolis, 41 to 32. Goodrich to Elder. Open shot by Elder, and she can't get it through the hoop. Marcia Neal with the rebound to Rhonda Meeker. Susie Schofield, number 30, across the line to Heddens. Tucker. Heddens. Tucker to Heddens. Well, they really got Coates in the sandwich down there, but she gets out of it, shoots, and scores. Debbie Coates, biggest lead Mediapolis has had, 11 points, 43 to 32. Carroll with the ball for Adel. Underneath to Elder, back to Goodrich. Once again, that's expensive shots because they're only getting one. Marcia Neal off for the rebound that time to Coates, to Heddens.
Very expensive shots, Jim, because down here at this other end, Mediapolis is putting that ball in that basket.
They hit 72% the first half, 56% for Adel. That time they don't get it through the hoop, and it's in the forecourt now of Adel. Mary Carroll over to Goodrich. Back to Carroll again. They've tried 6 straight shots that haven't gone through. Schofield got the rebound that time, and across the line to Heddens. Tucker. Heddens underneath the Coates. Once again, she banks it in there. 45 to 35, 10-point ball game. Ball stolen away, and Goodrich puts it up there, but it's no good. Goodrich hit there too hard. Marcia Neal, number 54, is off with the rebound. Heddens with the ball. Barb Dawes, number 43, is coming to the lineup for Adel in their forecourt. Heather Heddens. And Coates rebounds, but she's called for a foul. Charging foul on Coates going after that rebound. 4:15 to play in the third period. The score, Mediapolis 45, Adel 35. Championship game of Iowa girls basketball, 1973. Julie Goodrich to Elder. That's the way those shots have been going for them tonight. They just haven't been dropping. Rhonda Meeker to Susie Schofield, and now across the line to Tucker. To Heddens. Out to Tucker. Coates. Ball slapped away. Nice steal. They're going to keep it. They do keep it. Shirley Bloom got it, number 31. Joyce Elder with it. Adel fans are waiting for something to shout about here. Goodrich. Underneath to Dawes. There's Goodrich, and she still can't get the right angle on it. Forcing those shots. Here's Coates. Turley gets it, and Coates commits a foul. That's number 2 on Debbie Coates.
We're getting some good defensive play. It isn't all poor shooting, because let's give some of these guards a little credit. They're doing a lot of pressuring out there.
3:20 to play, third period. 45 to 35. What was an all-offensive game now has turned into a defensive battle, as Gary just suggested. Dawes with the ball. Barb Dawes, number 43. It's the underside of the ring, and Dale just can't get that ball through the hoop. Rhonda Meeker to Coates. And Coates has it again, and it's up and through. 37 points for Debbie Coates. Mediapolis wants timeout, an official timeout. She apparently lost her contact lens.
We're on time. Stand still, girls, down here.
2:48 to play, third period. Score, Mediapolis 47, Adel 35. 37 points for Deb, and apparently she's got the new lens again, and her fans are all happy about that. Debbie Coates' father is the football coach down in Mediapolis. She's only a sophomore, 15 years old. Goodrich with the ball. Adel has it underneath the Elder. Can't buy a bucket. Rhonda Meeker to Tucker to Heddens. Tucker to Heddens. An easy one for Diane Tucker. And it's 49 to 35 Adel, or Mediapolis over Adel. Biggest lead so far. Goodrich to Elder. Finally hits it. That's Elder's first bucket of the second half.
Adel is 2 for 12 in the third quarter.
Nice rebound by Linneman, but it's taken away again by Heddens. Over to Tucker. Back to Heddens, and now back to Linneman. And now almost stolen back again by Totes. But they get it across the line. Dawes, back to Barb Dawes. Goodrich. They have a jump. And it'll be Joyce Elder against Marcia Neal.
Those Mediapolis guards are really keeping Julie Goodrich out of that middle.
She's not getting the drive like she was in the semifinal game. Tip taken by Marcia Neal. Coates over to Heddens. Debbie Coates. Heather Heddens. To Coates. Guarded by Turley. She still gets it. And Patty Turley's one of the best defensive players in the tournament, which is testimony to the effectiveness of Debbie Coates. 39 points for Coates, 51 to 37, Mediapolis leading. Elder with the ball. Tries to fake Neal, drives in and through, foul on Neal.
Okay. It's a bonus. 1-1.
Elder will shoot Joyce Elder, 1-1 here. 1:05 left, third period.
Bonus now.
Marcia Neal with a rebound. Mediapolis Bullets with the ball in forecourt. Over to Heddens. Coates. Well, popped out of her hands by Turley, but aggressively she comes back with it. Tucker to Heddens. Heather Heddens. And it's now 53 to 37 as Mediapolis widens its lead. Goodrich to Dawes. Barb Dawes connects. Dawes gives him some additional height in that lineup. 53-39, Mediapolis with the ball and the lead.
Barb Dawes was the leading scorer for Adel last year, Jim, until she injured her knee during the Christmas tournament. She was then replaced by Joyce Elder, and we can see how fine a ball player Joyce Elder is, and Dawes was never able to get back into the lineup again.
8 seconds to go. They're just stalling out the third period here, 53 to 39, because they'll retain possession up until the fourth quarter, and they do. And the score at the end of three quarters is Mediapolis 53, Adel 39. The score, Mediapolis 53, Adel 39. Jerry, what do you expect in this quarter?
Well, both these teams look a little tired. It's been a very grueling tournament week. Adel has played 4 consecutive nights. We may find Mediapolis just coming out here like they are now and trying to just control the ball, work for good shots, and let as much of that clock go down as they possibly can.
That's Debbie Coates. She's going to be around for 2 more years, much to the dismay of opposing coaches. 41 points for Coates, 55-39 ball game, Mediapolis.
There's not much that Adel can do any different than what they have been. They were getting their shots. They just were not able to connect.
Ball bounced out of bounds by Marcia Neal. Here's Julie Goodrich. And there's an example of Marcia Neal's versatility as she picks off a pass. Mediapolis with the ball in forecourt. Heddens. Back to Heddens again, to Tucker. Heddens. Tucker. Heather Heddens. Back to Heddens.
I think you're going to see them just try to control the ball. They'll try to work around, get Coates or Heddens open, and
just taking her time out there. Working around, 6:48 to play. Coates has position, but she can't get the ball through the hoop. And it's Shirley Bloom off for the rebound. Sherry Bloom took the rebound, and Elder has it in forecourt now to Goodrich. Barb Dodds underneath to Elder. Puts on the move. She shoots, she's fouled by Rhonda Meeker, number 32. 55-39. She can make it a 15-point game.
That Marcia Neal was
55-41.
that Marcia Neal was really playing the defense on Elder that time. She was really tigering her and pushing her around the floor.
3-point play by Elder. 24 points now by Elder. 55-42 in the fourth quarter. Mediapolis in front. Running for the 1973 Girls State Tournament Championship. Rhonda Meeker from Marcia Neal. Tucker across the line. Heddens to Tucker. Back to Heddens again, and now over to Deb Coates. Rebounds very well to Tucker. Heddens. Over to Deb Coates. Back to Heddens again. Tucker. Ball almost taken away, and a foul call on Linneman, number 21. Linneman charged with a foul. Score, Mediapolis 55, Adel 42. Here's Deb Coates. The young lady, only a sophomore. Scoring once again. Julie Goodrich for Adel. Barb Dawes. Fouled through by Elder. Good, she's fouled. Foul is called on Marcia Neal. 5:23 to play. 57-44. The gap narrowing slightly, but time is also narrowing. Marcia Neal with a rebound, playing with 3 fouls on her now. Deb Coates. Heather Heddens. Coates. Back to Heddens. Tucker. Coates trying that off-balance shot, off-angle shot. Patty Turley, 25 across to Joyce Elder, number 51. Goodrich. Dodge. Back to Goodrich. Elder trying to fake Neal. I think she's been rattled on that shot because of the pressure of Marcia Neal, who grabs the rebound, fires it out fast. Heather Heddens. Debbie Coates. Back to Heather again. 4:22 to play. Give and go underneath the Tucker. Beautiful feed by Heddens that time, Jerry.
Yes, it looked like they... Well, I imagine it is one of their plays because Tucker just stayed over on that one side of the basket. Heddens penetrated and shuffled the ball off to her.
Elder to Dawes. Nice block down there by Mediapolis, and Rhonda Meeker with a rebound.
The Mediapolis guards are playing outstanding defense. They pushed Elder far enough out on the floor to throw off his shooting. They've taken the middle away from Julie Goodrich.
Now a foul on Linneman, number 21.
And every time Adel puts a shot up, those Mediapolis guards have got a hand on it.
Diane Tucker will throw the ball in from the south sideline. here at Veterans Auditorium. Debbie Coates over to Hedden. 3:45 to play. And the championship will then be decided. Now she bounces it away and is called for a foul. Linneman on his feet.
That's only Adele's 13th foul of the second half.
Debbie Coates, number 14, playing way on the outside now. Simply eating up clock. Coates over to Tucker. Crowd howling for action. 59-44. Mediapolis with the lead. Coates and Heddens play catch. Crowd, especially the Adel crowd, getting quite vocal, and the Mediapolis crowd is cheering.
The other night is the other way around, wasn't it, Jim?
Right. Heather Heddens gets it back as they pull the defense out, and it's now 61-44.
They got the action. That's what Mediapolis was intending to do.
Julie Goodrich. Carroll is back in there. Here's Elder. Swings around, off balance on his shot once again, and Marcia Neal with the rebound. Fouled by Goodrich. Marcia Neal really has made a tremendous difference in this ball game, you know it?
She has. Elder has 26 points, but she's worked for every one of them, and she has only scored 10 this second half. Marcia Neal has done an outstanding, tremendous defensive job. It's the Mediapolis guards starting to win this ball game, or are winning the ball game for Coach Bud McClern.
Elder made a stab at that ball, but couldn't get to it. And now the guards are playing wide, loose, catch him. Foul on Julie Goodrich again. 61-44, 2:09 to play.
We'll shoot this 1-on-1 down at the other end, probably Debbie Coates.
And now Mediapolis heading out toward a 20-point lead.
One, girls. Bonus.
It's a rarity for Coates to miss anything. Turley with the rebound, gets it over in the front court. Carroll. Mary Carroll in the first half. Adel hit 56%, which doesn't sound too bad, except the Mediapolis hit 72%. Now the ball slapped back and forth. Turley batted it back over the line to Carroll. To Goodrich, drops the ball, has it again underneath the Elder. Carroll to Goodrich. And the foul on Rhonda Meeker.
Adel is very, very tired. They played 3 tough ball games to get this far. And when you got to go against 3 tough guards like that, Jim, it's a chore.
Tremendous hand for Marcia Neal and Rhonda Meeker as they go out of the starting lineup for Mediapolis. Coming back in for Mediapolis, Sue Schofield, number 30. And number 44, Coral Squarine.
Number 13, Sue Farrell in the lineup.
That's the first point of the second half that Julie Goodrich has scored. That shows the outstanding defense played by the Mediapolis guards. Only the 13th point for Adel.
All right, now the Mediapolis guards bring it out. Heather Heddens in forecourt. There's Deb Coates. Rebounded by Tucker. Over to Heddens once again. Minute 15 to play. Tucker to Coates. And Debbie Coates does it again. That's her 45th point out of the 63 Mediapolis now has. Carroll, Mary Carroll for Adel. Julie Goodrich. Goodrich hits, but nowhere near as effective as she has been in previous games. Only 15 points, thanks to the Mediapolis defense. Heddens to Coates. Possession again. She hits. She's fouled by Turley. Chance to make a 3-point play out of this one.
She just beat Turley one-on-one, came in on the weak side away from the ball, received an excellent pass and put it in and was fouled.
Number 13 in the lineup for Adel is Sue Farrell. Guard, 5'6". She makes a 3-point play out of it. She now has 48 points. 45 seconds to play. And Debbie Coates, who certainly already has become one of the great all-time Mediapolis players and still has 2 more years, if she keeps this up, is destined to become one of the all-time greats of girls basketball any place in Iowa. Now Adel with the ball in forecourt. 35 seconds to play as both teams make substitutions. Number 15, Adel, Barb Straight. Here's Barb Straight shooting and scoring for Adel, number 15. Number 41, Kim Countryman is also in there. Ball is slapped out of bounds, and now for Mediapolis in front court. Number 22, Rita Gogner. Number 40, Karen Peterson. Drive in by Gogner, no good, and ball loose on the court. So now we move over to the opposite end with 11 seconds to play. Dawes goes to the line now for Adel. Barb Dawes, number 43. 4 substitutions coming in for Adel.
23, Colleen Carroll, number 35, Barb Brown, number 53, Holly Woodley in the lineup.
1-1, girls. 1-1.
Barb Dawes at the free throw line for Adel. 11 seconds to play. Mediapolis 66, Adel 50. 66 to 51. Gals from Mediapolis in a state of wild elation. They count it down, the cadence count. Mediapolis on its way to the state championship. And as a little icing on the cake, a final jump shot there by Karen Peterson puts it through. And the final score is Mediapolis 68, Adel 51. And so mighty Mediapolis started the season rated number 1 in the state, and the Bullets wound up the season still rated number 1. For the record book, young Debbie Coates, only a sophomore, led her team in scoring with 48 points. Diane Tucker came in with 10. We imagine we may see Debbie in future years. Classmen led by Joyce Elder, the 5'8" and sophomore. Joyce got 26 points in the championship game. The all-tournament team, Mediapolis sophomore Debbie Coates, named captain of the team, and her guard, Marcia Neal, also selected.